Hello everyone, it's me DoD DarthNox, here with a cast game of the best Hades in the world, our one and only DoD FireFox, playing against Matador's Gaia, as one of the few high elo Gaia mains. I found this game interesting because I played FireFox many times with my own Gaia. So I would like to see where this game goes. And without further ado, let's begin. And as we can see, in the bottom corner, we have in the blue color our one and only FireFox with Hades. As you can see on the screen, Hades myth units have more HP, range soldiers have more range, they also get upgrades like burning pitch and ballistics for free. You also have the sentinels as you got power, and you also get the Vaults of Erebus, which you can research. While in the top corner in the red color, we have a Matador playing Gaia. The Gaia starts with 2 hero citizens. Her hero citizens are cheaper. Around your town centers, markets, and economic guilds and manors. You get Lush. Lush heals for 1 health per second. And if you get the upgrade, your units are 15% faster on top of the Lush. Also, she gets economic upgrades 1 age earlier. And it's 35% cheap, and those are 35% cheaper. As we can see, he's using the god power to wall off this side. He could have used it here to basically wall off this whole area. I guess he's probably gonna use the second one for it. But something interesting we can see is he didn't start his build order with the economic guild. Usually, guys start with an economic guild and start getting pickaxe and hand axe at the very beginning of the game immediately. And looking at this, so he went for a 3-minute build order, but he was kinda late. He went for 3.5. So he's going to be 8 or 4 seconds later than he normally would. So he went for an extremely fast build order. While from the looks of it, FireFox is going for a slow build order. And he went for a slow build order because in this map you don't have time to lure stuff to your town center, right? Because you want to go and you want to be getting the cows that are in the middle of the map, and you also want to be getting, because all the relics are pretty close to the middle, so you want to go there and get them as soon as you can. And we can see that he got 15% cheaper villagers. This is really good, really big if you get it from the beginning. Oh, this looks like it's probably going to be like 4 minutes and 36 seconds at least, if not all close to 5 minutes age up time by FireFox. While on the other hand, Matador aged up really quickly. He didn't get the upgrade, so he's actually, and because Matador is also FireFox is getting Vaults of Erebus, Matador is actually quite far behind economically. He's really far behind. And we can see here that FireFox is walling off this side. He's probably gonna wall this as well later. Mama beži. What other relics did he get? He got wall regeneration. So this wall, if he starts being destroyed, it's gonna be regenerating 10 HP per second. And there is The other two were taken by Matador. 50% the research cost on gold in the armory. And big houses. So what this does is basically, if you go for Hephaestus, you have 75% discount on both gold and food. So you're paying like 25% of everything, while with a 50% discount, you're paying 75% in total, but you're spending less on gold, but while more on food and wood. I mean, the same on food and wood that you would normally. So this relic would allow Matador to not be as far down when it comes to resources spent when he starts to get the armory upgrades compared to the Hades player, which is gonna like just spam out a billion things, spam out all the armory upgrades like instantly and for free when he gets to the mythical age. And as we can see, this did get scouted by it did get scouted by the Caladria, so he sees the village center, but we see here that FireFox has scouted that Matador made a couple of units and he got the military barracks. So that he knows, and he sees that he's not in this town center, he sees that he's not in this town center. So he could basically assume that he was one to 1,000 center, and then to defend, and then to like spread, take his economic league further. He went for the village center instead of going for a town center, because it is much safer and less walking time, right? You can protect this with your sentinels, and you're protecting both town center and the village center. And one good thing is you can, if you age up from the village center, you're not going to be losing, even though it produces villagers slower, it doesn't age up slower. But at this very moment, FireFox is really far ahead when it comes to the economy. Because, as we saw, Matador is getting his second town center much later. Also, the village center has been already made by FireFox. And not only that, but compared to normal Gaia build orders, Matador was a couple of minutes later to... he was a couple of minutes late to getting the upgrades. You usually get them instantly before you even send your first villager to the trees and to gold. You get both. You get like the pickaxe before you send your first villager to gold. You get your hand axe before you send your first villager to wood. But that didn't happen here. So he was down in resources when it comes to that. And because he also aged up earlier, you get 60 seconds of idle time, of not producing villagers when you start aging up. And because he aged up at 3 minutes instead of like 4:30 or 4 minutes, and he also had like 4 seconds of idle time, so instead of he aged up at 3 minutes and 1 second, he aged up at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So when you have that 1 minute of the break in your town center production with 6 villagers, or if you have it with 8 or 9 villagers, so in that 60-second period of time, you have 6 villagers working compared to 8 or 9 villagers working. So for 60 seconds, you have 2 or 3 villagers less producing resources. So technically, he would be like, I guess, 200 resources. He's 200 resources less in the... He has 200 resources less than he would have had otherwise, just because he aged up quickly. And because You know, he just aged up for army, and you can't really pressure the Hades. He just has sentinels. You know, I guess he kinda... I personally think that aging up so quickly was a mistake. And now we see that FireFox got to the Heroic Age. Was he aging up from the town center or from the village center is the question. I wasn't paying attention. But basically, at this very moment, I would say that the lead is in FireFox's hands. Pretty comfortably. And now, of course, he's making Hippaspists. You can't fight this with Hippaspists. Also, FireFox could kill these guys. And they are the Kyra Ballista. How many picks? 9 picks. That's really good. He basically got the max usage of the curse. He was paying attention to it. Oh. Let's see how this goes. And that's going to be a fortress. A forward fortress by FireFox. Really, really ballsy. And I'd see... I think that he's doing pretty well actually at the moment. He managed to pick off one more Mila from this barrack. That's being made. He should just kill the manor and kill the military barracks here. He saw the Kyra Ballista, so he's making some peltas to deal with him. And because Matador is still in classical age, FireFox just needs to be making Hippaspists and so he needs to be making Hippaspists, he needs to be making peltas, and that's it. Okay. Okay, he has like a lot of resources here. And there's the Heroic Age for Matador. This looks like just game over. Like there's nothing Matador there's nothing that he Matador do at the moment. There's all 3 heroes out. There's a new Petropolos coming out to destroy this town center. He's also... So the mistake that he's making at the moment is that he's not producing more units. He's not producing Hippaspists, he's not producing hoplites, which he should be making. He just needs to be, you just need to be, make all your production basically. Not all production, all your units. Not units, all houses that you can, right? And then just keep producing units. I think that going for the Mythic Age here is a mistake. I made a similar mistake in one of my games when I was also playing against a Gaia, where I got a really big lead, and then I went for the next stage. Okay, I went for instead of spending all my resources into a better army, I went for the next stage, and then I lost the next fight. Which, if I had spent all the resources that I had been saving up for the next stage, I would have just won the game on the spot. So I think that it's a mistake that he's going for Hephaestus here. If he just went for more army, it would have been so much better for him than what he's doing right now. Okay, this is really good. Another sentinels, and he's going back. He's walling up here. He's filling the walls to protect his main base, where he's farming and gathering wood. In the meantime, Matador is spread on the other side. He's mean, he's not the town center down, since this is a village center, so it doesn't give population. And he's aging up from the village center, which is good. He's not wasting any time on that. And Matador is going for true and tested Fontarius spam. And since FireFox didn't get the watchtower upgrade, and then after watchtower upgrades you can get crenellations, which basically gives your towers more range and it gives them more damage against horses. So if he had them, they also apply to sentinels, I think, the crenellations. So these guys would have taken a lot more damage. Okay, the second armory is getting destroyed, but he's making 2 more armories on the other side. Now these guys are caught. Okay, they have a space to run away here. But okay, now this is a good catch. He's gonna kill a lot of villagers here. Is the third armory gonna be finished? And there's also another good raid. He managed to kill both Petrobolus that were hiding there, but he took some damage as well. All the upgrades are slowly coming in for FireFox, but I think he lost the lead now that he had. Because he went for the heroic for the mythic age. If he didn't go for the mythic age, it would be so easy to defend everything, right? It would have been so much easier to defend. He wouldn't have lost all the village that he lost, so he lost his economic lead as well. And he's now basically 60 pop down, right? He's 60 pop down to Matador, even though he was so far ahead before. He's getting all the upgrades and everything, but I think that it's because Matador has now so much more army than he does. He needs to defend. He's getting all the upgrades, right? He's getting he's going to be far ahead when it comes to the upgrades, but I don't think that matters that much. This fortress is going to be stopped. Okay, he just didn't get this. What FireFox could be doing is he could make a couple of these guys, or and then just have them shoot these buildings from here, and then when something approaches, they try to run away. But I'm not sure if they would be able to run away because this is pretty far away. Okay, there's the second town center from Matador, and second town center from FireFox as well. And Matador is going for Hecate as well. I personally really like what he did here, because Theia and Hecate are really good in combination, because you get a lot of myth units. And with Hecate, you get your myth units to attack 25% faster, or actually it's 33%, because you're lowering your attack rate from 100% to 75% of the time that it needs to attack. What you're also doing, you also have a technology which gives your myth units 2 healing per second. So basically your dryads are healing 2 per second as well, and you have like 10 of them at least. If you get your second Hesperides 3, or your third Hesperides 3, you have 8 of them. You have 15 of them. So it can be really big. You also, if you're not going for like 15, you know, after you get your third pedestry, if you are like rushing for the pedestry, or you can then go into getting the chicken upgrade for your Lampades and spamming out Lampades, because they get the upgrade that they get the ability that each 15 seconds they can turn one of the opponent's units into chicken. They also have an ability normally that to basically cast chaos on one opponent's unit and make it attack units around it. Sometimes it attacks opponent's units, sometimes they attack your own, because it's usually a unit in the front line, so it's basically 50-50 if it's gonna attack your unit, you know, if it does anything or not. And you also get Tartarian Gate, which is a good distraction ability, especially in this case. I think here, I'm not sure if you can destroy. Let me switch to Matador. Oh, I can't click on it because it's on cooldown, I think. And probably because he doesn't have favor. And because he doesn't have vision, I wouldn't be able to check it, but he used it to destroy this position, which is really good. He probably... I'm not sure if you can cast it on village centers, but if you could, this would be like the perfect location to cast it. You cast it here, you have a lot of buildings to kill, you have a lot of villagers. It's a perfect situation where you want to kill, where you want to cast your Tartarian Gate. A lot of action on all sides. FireFox managed to destroy the town center. FireFox is trying to raid this position here, but sees nothing there. And now they're basically just defending each their own. There's the Mythic Rejuvenation for 2 health on the Dryads. And as we can see, he did cast the third pedestry. And he also got the upgrade for the attack damage first, right? He got it first. So now he's going to have super dryads and he's gonna have a lot of myth units, which is really good for him. Let's switch to FireFox. Okay, we can't see how much damage these guys did, but they did a lot of damage to all of the units. Thousands and thousands of damage while he was getting this, while he was destroying this. And now we can see that FireFox is switching to an army of hoplites and Arcus, basically, because Matador has been mostly making only Contarius. He does have some units, and he had Fanatics in queue. And Matador is also catching up in his armory upgrades as well. And okay, I guess he wanted the second town center, but he misclicked, I guess, because he did have resources for it. There it is. And he left a small token force here to defend it. And I think that both players don't have, maybe Matador already has. Yeah, Matador already has fortified town center, while FireFox doesn't. Well, FireFox is kinda struggling with staying full pop at the moment. He's been losing his Helopoli because the rest of the army is not there to defend from all these Contarius. Oh, and there are the Fanatics, along with one Lampade. He's not going to commit to Lampades, it seems, but now if I was in his position, 250 is too much for his pedestry, in my opinion. I wouldn't cast the fourth one. 3 is enough. You have 15 units, extra units that you can use, and they are healing and dealing extra damage. You know, they are amazing, right? So my next course of action would be to get the upgrade for the Deities and start massing Deities in the back as well, because Deities are really good. They deal they basically kill a unit instantly, you know. Even if you kill a hoplite, it's still worth it, because it's 100, almost 100 resources of worth each 15 seconds, you know, the cast an ability. So it pays off for itself really quickly. It makes Deities so much more effective. Deities have a decent damage, but it's not as, you know, it's not that big compared to just instantly turning a unit into a chicken. Nice raids from Matador, trying to stop this from coming up, but with the third town center and with the fortress coming up, I think it's safe to say that this position is now secure for FireFox. As you can see, Colossus are coming up from FireFox, and he's going straight up for this palace. He's getting focused down by the... There's the chaos from the Deities, and Deities just dealt a billion damage to the one and only Colossus. And you can see FireFox is trying to get the 4th town center, but I'm not sure if he will be able to get it. He is producing a lot of units into this position, where he kind of has the advantage because of the Sentinel and the Fortress attacking, while this Fortress is just outside of the range. It's just outside, so it's not attacking anything at the moment. And the villagers for Matador are going in here on the gold mine. I guess he has a lot of gold here, but I guess he's preferring to go here instead of on this gold mine that he still has, because he wants to use this first so that he has his own gold later in the game. But you know, FireFox has secured these 3 gold mines here on this side, so he doesn't need this to continue his onslaught. One thing that FireFox should have done is getting that fortified town centers a lot earlier. Would have been better if he got fortified town centers instead of trying to get this town center, I think, because you're not idling your villagers, right, to get the town while they're making the town center. You could use it to like make a guard tower here that they make a lot quicker, right? You can make you could have made like a guard tower here to protect this position a lot quicker, right? Or you could have like just gotten the fortified town centers and then had more army here, because he has a conga line of units being made, right? So because he already has 3 town centers, the fortified town centers would have given him 30 population, while a town center on its own gives 15. So if you're looking at it, you know, in every aspect, getting the 4th town center was worse than getting the fortified town centers first. But he's getting fortified town centers now, and he's getting the engineers as well. He's also getting the draft horses, so that his siege engines are faster. So if he's planning to make a lot of Helopoli, they're gonna go to the town center quickly. But still, FireFox has the town center lead, so now when the fortified town center comes into play, he will be in a very big lead and really good position to grind out this game. He's fighting under 2 towers, under a palace and a tower. I think he could have taken... There's two of these guys and just tell them to kill this or this. Because they have 23 damage multiplier against buildings. So they would have done a lot. Okay. He kind of stopped producing units for a moment. And he fell below his pop cap, and now his pop cap also increased. There's the restoration. There are the Dryads with 0.5 attack. Oh, this is a multiplier. 1.13 attack interval, which they usually have 1.5. So they attack for each attack they take 1.5 seconds. But now it's almost 1 second because I think it's something like that. I need to check it. So for yeah, 1.5. Okay, there's the hell apply. But FireFox he's not producing units. Look at this. He doesn't have the conga line. Like, you need to have, when you're in a situation like this and you're just fighting non-stop, you need to have like basically 2 units in each building being produced, because the moment your unit dies, it's going to be replaced. And you also have so much population and everything dies, basically you need to be on 0 resources the whole time. Like now, it needs to be producing more units. It needs to be producing more of everything. Colossus not attacking the... Okay, he's attacking, but he got killed by the hero fanatic. And having the gold mine in the back paying off for Matador at the moment. He's still eating it. So eating from this gold mine at this point I think paid off, because he's now making his own trade. But there's that 4th town center coming out from FireFox that he's been trying to get for 15 years. He is getting it successfully this time. I mean, not success, you know, it's successful, but I think it will still fall. I don't think it will be able to be repaired while so many guys are attacking it. I think if he had been spending his resources a lot quicker, right? And he had more army here to keep Matador busy, he probably gets this up with more health, and then it's slightly better for him. But they're walling. I hate these walls, you know? Because when you start making a wall, for example, like this, it will make the wall from this side, and then instead of like the guy going, so it starts from the side where it started, but instead of going to the next section, he's going to go all the way to the back section. So see how he went from here, he made this, and then he walked all the way here to make this. Instead of just going here to make this, then going here and here, you know like that. Or if he went here, why not just make stuff from there? I don't know. It's been like that since forever in the game. I really wish they fixed it, because it wastes so much walking time. Like for example, he walked from here to here for no reason. He could have just went there and then done everything, or he could have just went there and done everything right here, you know? And there, yeah, this is going down. No way that you can stop destroying from a building that's just going up, because the the building foundations take a lot more damage than an already built building. How much exactly? I'm not sure. Okay, there are the Halopoli. He could break the wall here, but I guess it's gonna go around. Not producing your units. That's been one of the... I guess FireFox could have been slightly quicker on producing units this whole game. Is the one thing that I can add. He's just not keeping up on the production line. I guess he's like microing stuff and everything. It is quite a hectic game. That you basically just need to be, you know, always have a conga line of units like this, you know. Always have a conga line of units. Even if you are full population, you need to keep being on... Even if you're at full population, you need to have the whole conga line of units ready to remake the units that you lost, right? Basically. And I think now, for example, he's now losing units. If he had the conga line, they would be already being displaced instead of being made right now. So when you're in this situation, you're always fighting, always have a conga line before you do anything else. Always have a conga line of units. Always. One thing to keep in mind is a 27 in favor. I'm not sure if it's worth to have that much on favor as Greek, because you're getting diminishing returns. For example, he's getting 0.04 now. I think if he had half of them, if he had like 15 instead of 27, he would be producing pretty much the same amount of favor, almost the same. But he would have like 12 more villagers on something else. For example, he could have them on a wood line. He could have them on... you know, he could have them on food. He's really run out of food. He has a lot more on gold, so he kinda needs more on food, right? A lot of these giants just coming up, and a lot of Ontarios as well, but FireFox has a lot of hoplites. 51 on wood. Damn, that's a lot. You should make some more farms and send these guys to farms. Or even just these guys send them to gold. You know? They're already there. And he already has so much wood that he doesn't need any wood. But I guess in a game this hectic, you're just not paying attention to everything, every little thing. And it takes time to correct things. This was a really big cleanup by the 3 Helopolis that FireFox made. And he also made 4 military academies here to just pump out the hoplites in this position. So this game is actually really, I guess, because Matador has the bigger conga line at the moment, he's favored if he keeps fighting, and because he has more conga line, he'll be replenishing his army quicker, so he will be in the lead, right? But wherever you go, you're faced with buildings. And the buildings will make the fighting equal, even though he has the population lead, but he doesn't use the population lead because he didn't make all the units that you have made, right? And even if these units die, when they get replaced, it's not like they will make the difference, because it doesn't matter if Firefox is losing units, because he has the buildings to defend, you know? He's basically just playing for for buildings at this moment. That's the second Vault of Erebus. And there's the Titan Gate coming from Matador, which is a very good thing for him. That's what he actually needs to do. He needs to keep fighting, so that the units that he already has made that Firefox hasn't actually matter, so that they make a difference. And basically he needs that to give him enough time to make the Titan, and then with Titan destroy all these positions, you know, like destroy this town center and then destroy this town center, while destroying all the walls, all buildings and everything. But that's basically what he needs to do now to win. Is just keep trading units so that Firefox doesn't reach full pop, but he's been destroying buildings, so it didn't really work. Now Matador is actually, I guess he can still win with a Titan, but I don't. But I think that Firefox is in a really good position to defend. He finally managed to stabilize from 210 population. He went to 260, and now he has the conga line. Finally has the conga line that's good enough to sustain him for a bit. You know, he needs to keep making more for the conga line. But now, when you see this, you need to be like, oh, let's sell. Let's find this. Okay, so he needs to like, oh, let's sell 1,000 wood for like 50 for 500 gold, because he needed the gold to buy the Secret of the Titans and then make her own Titan, because he needs to rush that out quickly. If he doesn't get the Titan, he might just lose the game in spot. Nice, another fortress coming up from Firefox in this position to just secure everything here. A lot of archers, but they're getting kinda killed by the Contarius, but doesn't matter, they're defended with all these buildings here. More production buildings for Firefox. And where's the Titan Gate coming up for? Oh, it's right here. Okay. He's bringing all the guys from Favor. 30 guys from Favor to go there. He could also send all these guys from Food here. Or at least some of them, you know? Because he has a lot on food. And he has a lot of food as well. So he could like send 5 guys more, but I guess he doesn't really need it, and there's not enough space here anyway. This position is really well defended by the Palace Tower and the Sentinels, so he doesn't really need to have anything here to defend it. And just going with Petropolis on its own, not Petropolis, Heliopolis, he can use it to try to destroy the town center. Because these things, they deal a lot of damage. And by destroying the town center, you triple the trade. And I mean, by kinda crippling the trade doesn't matter when he has so much already in queue and everything like that, right? But looks like this fight is going slowly in favor of Firefox. The increased Population sizes are being big. Also, one reason why he's making this so quickly is because he went through Aphrodita and he got Divine Blood, which increases the build speed by 15% of the villagers, so they're building 15% faster. Yeah, it's a lot of caravans. And there's a Titan. He got to go around because there's just not enough space here to go, but he needs to go here. And I think that this fight is going to be in favor of FireFox has a lot of resources, as you can see. He got all the upgrades for everything, basically. The only thing he doesn't have all the upgrades for are the Colossus. Which now that he's basically full population and you got your second Vault of Erebus, you kinda can just be like, okay, it's time to make our own... The Titan got the second town center, but the Titan is being murdered by the heroes on their own. As you can see, they have an insane amount of multiplier against heroes, and that's and that's because does this upgrade increase the damage of the check? No, it's for the MF units, for head race stuff. This is for all heroes, so it's a different minor god. But basically, 3 heroes and a Titan, and his Titan has more HP, but this Titan attacks faster, has the smaller attack interval, and he heals 2 per second, but it doesn't matter, you know, he's here healing 2 per second. When he's getting chased down by the heroes. And this fight will go a lot in favor of FireFox, because he's fighting with the Titan, which has more HP, even though this Titan... Wait, why did his attack interval go increase? Shouldn't this decrease his attack interval to be quicker? And that's it. 20,000 HP left on the Titan, and this should just be game over. In the meantime, he got his town center back, so he's not... and he also stole the tree. This one. But I don't think it will matter. It's gonna be taken back, but still, it's funny. So now he can just, with the heroes and with the Titan, just click on the town center and say there's nothing more to do, you know? While going here with the Helopoli, he's going to destroy the markets, and he's going to destroy his town centers. He's going to destroy the trade completely. Okay, the heroes are going to kill the villagers. They're getting attacked by the towers. And there are no heroes here, and there are some heroes coming up for Matador. But he didn't have a lot of heroes at the beginning. That's town center down. As well as the market's going down. And now he's slowly going to go and kill all the buildings. Okay, he really needs to get the conga line in, you know. When you have so much resources, just have what Matador is doing here. Like, when you're in this position, always have replacement units ready in queue to be made. Just make them, you know? Don't be shy, you know, make more units. He's making a wonder. I mean, he has resources to spare. He could be making the Dryads he stole. He also killed Town Center. So even though Matador rebuilt this one, he lost another one, so he's also more villagers down. Not more villagers, more population space down. Some production buildings are getting destroyed. Some villagers as well. But see, now he's down in the army for no reason. She's down in the army for no reason, and this town center is going to go down. And now he's starting making an army again. But always just have a conga line of units to be ready to main, because sometimes it can cost you the game if you just stop producing units for a minute for some reason, you know. Like now, look at this, 8,000 to 4,000, you know. And now his town center down, and he's remaking this town center. So now they're almost on the same town centers. So going from 4 town centers to 1 town center, because he stopped making units. Now they're 2 town centers to 3 town centers. Just because he stopped making units, just because he stopped the conga line. Just continue making the conga line, never stop the conga line. If you have the resources, always do it. In the late game especially. Be like Matador, it doesn't matter if you have in 15 buildings 50 units being made. You know, it's worth it. And now this is going super fast because he gets the Divine Blood upgrade, so he will manage to go to 4 town centers to 2 town centers. Actually, he won't. Destroy is coming clutch, and the fight is still in favor of, I mean, the army value is in favor of Matador. And because FireFox gave him time to breathe, he might have thrown the game away. Slightly. Disney is not gonna go up as well. They're getting destroyed. And the Sapphire Siphons are going to destroy the market. They are the capacities trying to kill the destroyers before it destroys the fortress, but they got the fortress down. And the fights are slowly getting more and more equal. Just because FireFox couldn't stay on top of his conga line of production, he fixed the market, the trade. But it's going to be enough. Does he have enough time to... Is he going to be able to defend, is the question. And because Matador used, he has, I think he now has 4, let me switch to Matador. He has 4 trees, and from 4 trees he can make 20 dryads. So basically, even though there's 1 town center down now, because of the 4 dryads that he has, 4 trees that he has, he's fighting actually on relatively equal population, because FireFox lost this town center. If Matador takes this town center now, he will actually be a lot, you know, he'll be insanely ahead when it comes to the effective population that they can use because of the dryads. Okay, that's a nice snipe by the Heliopolis, stopping that town center from going up. And I can see that the dryads are slowly... Oh, that's an unlucky bug. It's not a bug. but this oracle was standing on top of the foundations, so he couldn't build them. And because of the citizens going there, they were body blocking him. So he couldn't make the palace in time. He would start making the palace for like 20 seconds. But that's 20% of the wonder done for FireFox. Those are some nice destroyers going there to destroy some buildings. The sentinels. They're going for the fortress here as well. While the fanatics and the dryads are here just wailing on the Habaspists and hoplites. And as we can see now, because FireFox had so much better economy, he still has a lot more villagers, and his trade is a lot better. This is 38 and this is 39. I mean, now they're the same. But for a while, instead of going from, he could switch it all to go to this market here and have it slightly better. And now he's almost down on resources. And finally, he's still not making units. He stopped making units, even though he has a billion resources. Just keep up on your production, man. Just keep up. Okay, he's stopping the town center from coming up. But I don't think that really matters because they're both not on full population. They're both lacking resources. They're both struggling. But now FireFox started his population capacity production along with the heroes, so he will be able to go back to his 2 town center full population. And I don't think that Matador will be able to stop the town center, the wonder for coming up. And this wonder was being built by 46 villagers. You know, not 46, but because these 4 guys are making this, so like 40 villagers are making the town center, the wonder. And he still has so much more resources. It's all because he has more on the trade. Yeah, he has like 25. My FireFox has 40. Much bigger trade. The town center is going to come up for Matador, but is the 3rd town center to equalize population while having the population advantage because of the his pedestries, or because of the dryads, is going to be enough to beat the wonder? I don't think so. Especially since in wonder, when you get the wonder, your MIF units get a really big buff. You start making a lot more favor per second. You get 1 favor per second from the wonder itself, right? And you can basically, he can now cast the 2nd plenty volt for almost free, the 3rd plenty volt, much cheaper, and he also has the curse. And the curse, and now the 3rd plenty volt, and then you can basically, you know, after you don't need this many villagers, so you can basically like delete 20 of them, and you can use 20, the rest of the 20 villagers that are still alive to keep producing stuff a lot quicker, right? Because having 20 more population would mean so much in this position. If Matador was on full population as well, but he isn't. And this is just looking over, and it is. Matador calls it GG. It was a tough game, well fought from Matador. He got some opportunities because FireFox left his pedal from the metal, you know, he pulled back instead of just going all the way down, instead of just pushing down on him. For example, in this position, he got this 3, he was on 4 town centers, and then he stopped producing units. He was on 260 population. He had thousands and thousands of resources in his bank. And instead of having this conga line of units, he stopped producing units. He just stopped. and he went below 200 population, while he was basically 4 town centers to 1. The game was over at that point, because he also had one Hesperus trees, which also increases your population, effective population that you can have by 5 MIF units. He also had 4 town centers to 1, and he had 5,000, like 6,000 food and 6,000 gold and like 5,000 wood as well. He could have just continued making more units and just destroyed Matador right here and then, because he had nothing to fight with. But he stopped, pulled back, and then the game basically extended for like another. Look at this here. It basically extended for another 10 minutes. You know, like right here, as you can see. Like this is where the game was over, and if it's not DarthNox, it's FireFox. If FireFox had continued to just make units and attack, he would have won the game right here. The game was over, but instead he let Matador live, stopped making units, and he went down from 260 population to below 200 population. And then he was fighting for his life, while Matador got back on 2 town centers and destroyed 1 town center of FireFox. So from going from 4 to 1 town center, they went from 2 town centers to 3 town centers, basically negating 2 town centers of advantage for FireFox. And because of the extra diets that Matador had, they're basically fighting equal population. Yeah. And because Matador had less villagers, he had more units in the army, which is why he was able to push all this position and almost get to the town centers and everything. He destroyed fortresses, he destroyed the market and everything here. But eventually Matador didn't have the resources to keep up the good fight. As we can see here, he just didn't have enough resources to keep up the production of units. And eventually he got out, he lost the resources, and then he lost the town center's advantage, and it game over. But the game could have been over 10 minutes sooner, right here, if FireFox just didn't let go. Anyway, it was an entertaining game. Both guys got town centers. Both got titans. We saw a Wonder Age coming up from FireFox at the end, and both titans were much stronger than the regular titans that most civilizations have, because the titan of Hecate gets the quicker attack and regenerates some HP, while the Hades titan has 15% more HP. Anyway, that was it from me. I hope you guys liked the game, and DarthNox signing out. See you guys next time.